going on, people? So, this is episode 42, and I'm going to talk about Leaving Neverland. And on this particular episode, I'm going to be talking about the second part. Now, if you're watching this over in the US, here in the UK, Leaving Neverland was basically split into two parts. I've already watched the first one, so if you haven't already, go check my reaction for the first part. Now, this one I'm going to talk about. So, it was just as tough as the first episode. So, episode 2 more or less talked about the trial that Michael Jackson went through, his death, and then how they came to revealing what has happened in the eyes of Wade Robson and James Shaychuk. They also explained their relationship as they got older. They began to do different things, and then somehow they kind of get back together and they do what they said that they was doing. And also they explain their own personal traits throughout this. Ever since they came and revealed everything, they're not been sleeping, they've been having anxieties, all that kind of thing. So yeah, and also it also focused on both Jimmy's and Wade's family a little bit more, getting their reaction and that sort of thing. I still stand by the fact that this documentary needn't be aired, because of the fact that you want to drag this guy's name through the mud even though he has died. Now, I can understand that they said that they want to do this because they want to spread an awareness, because yes, grooming is real, pedophilia is real. We've seen that to happen. But from my stance on this, it shouldn't really be happening from this, because as I said in the first episode, there's no forms of justice that they will receive from this, because Michael is no longer here. He can't answer for his crimes. He can't defend himself, you know. And when I say he can't answer for his crimes, he can't answer to his allegations, I should say. Sorry. So, yeah, I just felt that it was a very, very tough thing to see, but it is what it is. And I wasn't as shocked as the first episode. It was more or less trying to, you know, deal with the aftermath of what was going on, because, you know, it led from one thing to saying that, oh yeah, it was an interesting meet, and then things turned differently. But I was left feeling that there was so much questions. For me, it was so much questions that I wanted to ask them. And I just couldn't really, it was mind blowing, for what I've saw. Okay, so now that the documentary has been aired, they obviously, Wade Robson and James Shaychuk, they're not doing this for fame, as I said before. They're not doing this for money. They want to get the message across so that more and more victims will come forward. But as I said in the first episode, I would love to have heard George Chandler. I wanted to hear what his side of the story is, because he's the boy that paid off. He's the one that more or less set to benchmark. And like, obviously these allegations didn't go away. As I said in the first episode, Michael is very eccentric. We can all see that this guy was robbed of a childhood. But as I keep saying, my respect for him on what he's done for music is is completely unwavered, and so much so that now that this documentary has been aired, it's got people divided. It's sort of like Brexit. I'm not going to go into it, but you can understand where I'm coming from this. Radio stations in several countries have pulled his music from their playlist. Drake had his song that featured Michael Jackson's vocals on a song called Don't Matter to Me. He pulled that from his world tour. So far here in the UK, there's been no evidence of radio stations pulling his music. However, I do know that The Simpsons have pulled their episode that featured Michael Jackson as well. And also there has been the London buses have featured advertisements displaying Michael's innocence. So it's got the whole world talking about this documentary. It's got the whole world talking about Michael Jackson, and obviously now that this thing is aired, yes, I await, personally for me, I await the response for all of this. I know that there is people that are loyal to him. There's some people that support him. But to me, it's 10 years. I can remember vividly about how he died. Very, very vividly. I remember waking up the next morning of the news that he died. I thought, is this a dream? No, it's not a dream. This is not a dream. This is one of the one of the most greatest performers in human history, and he's no longer here. How do you cope with that? I know some people don't care, but it's a sad thing when such an icon goes, knowing that there will never be an icon like him again. So to end this episode, I just want to say that I feel sad in this day and age, because this is real. This sort of thing is real. It's not. I'm not saying that I believe them and everything. Like, there's a lot of things that I said in the first episode still stands. What I heard, I didn't want to believe it, but hearing all that stuff, but I'm still baffled by it. I'm baffled because they took that long to come out to say something, and also what does the Jackson family what they're gonna do about this? What would it do for his legacy? And sometimes I do wonder about Michael. Like, could he have actually done more to talk to somebody about what's going on? Could he have, like, the people kind of close to him, why couldn't they say something? Why didn't the parents have got some sort of things to blame for this. Let's be real. They have got some sort of blame for this. If this is what they're saying, if they're saying what they're saying, the parents have got some sort of responsibility for this. They should turn around and be responsible and say no. Just say no. If I was a parent, which I'm not, I would actually be saying to them, look, what you're doing is lovely, but we do have our own lives, and I understand that you want to help and you care and everything else, but really, I would like to get back to my own life now. It's been lovely meeting you, whatever. You couldn't probably say that to Michael Jackson because of what he can offer you and what he can do for you and everything. And these people were probably riding that wave, but in hindsight, just looking at all of this stuff, it was just baffling to me. Would I mute him? I don't think I could. He's made some legendary songs, and I know that R. Kelly is a different story altogether, because right now he's under investigation, and you know, I got quick rants about him. I can talk about this guy dead easy, but this is Michael Jackson. This is someone who is really, really big and inspired a lot of people despite what's gone on. I don't know, but let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'll be back very, very soon with a new episode of Shakedown. In the meantime, stay fresh, stay cool. I'm out. Peace out.